There is no question about it, and this Christmas has just become one of my new favourite Hallmark films. This is stunning and utilises one of my favourite tropes for narratives, particularly Christmas narratives, where we have somebody from the 20th century magically travelling to the 21st century. I'm not going to go into too much spoilery detail. In fact, I won't give any spoilers, but I will talk a little bit about the narrative itself. This one was released in 2020, directed by Ron Oliver, written by Duane Poole and Ron Oliver, based on the book by Alexis Stanton. I haven't read the book, didn't know until this very second that it was based on a novel. If you have read it, I'd love to know how it compares and whether or not you think it's worth reading. We have two main protagonists, of course. We have Megan, played by Erin Cahill, who is one of my favourite Hallmark actors, and Charles Whitley, played by Ryan Paevey. And Charles is our 20th century character. He is from 1903, and because of a magical clock, he suddenly finds himself in the 21st century, in 2020, still in his stately home. He owned this beautiful house, and the majority of the film takes place in this stately home, which gives us some gorgeous architecture and decor. Obviously, it's a museum now, and everything is kind of still as it was, or as it used to be, give or take. And that means it's absolutely beautiful to look at, and we get some gorgeous costumes, and I had no idea how they would conclude this or where they were going with this. And I will say, without spoiling anything, I did not expect the ending. I didn't expect it at all. Really pleasingly, it was a really satisfying conclusion from, what I enjoy from the end of a film, but it wasn't predictable, and it's very rare for a Hallmark film to not be predictable, so that's just an absolute delight. Obviously, the majority of the film is Charles trying to work out how he got there. Obviously, he's in denial for quite a while, which is great fun to watch, and then obviously trying to work out why he's there and how he can get back to 1903. I love when he discovers all of the new things about the 21st century. One of my favourite moments, it's not a spoiler, it's quite early on. He walks outside the front door of the home and looks up, and there's an aeroplane. And flying machines were referenced at the beginning, because obviously the first 10 minutes or so is set in 1903. And he kind of looks up and realises that that thing that he has been envisioning is in the sky above him. And I can't even imagine what that would feel like. I suppose it would be like if I went into the 22nd century, looked up, and there were flying cars everywhere, the stereotypical, in the future, this is what will be. It must be a pretty incredible feeling. I say that like it's an actual thing that's happened, but I love it when he discovers all of these 21st century things for the first time, and makes you realise just how far technology has come, and it's absolutely fantastic. The narrative is beautiful. I love the on-screen relationship between Charles and Megan. I think they have great chemistry. Megan is the director of the museum, the house, but also did her PhD thesis on Charles. So she knows a lot about him already, which makes a difference. And that's actually quite interesting, because I have seen several films where somebody turns up from the past, but never has the protagonist known who they were or known about them. Whereas Megan's got an advantage because she knows all about his past, and that allows her to help him try and discover what's happened, and to help him understand things about his own life. And I think that's an absolutely brilliant, very exciting and different way to do this. This ticked every single box. It was beautiful, it was festive, the decorations are gorgeous, it's got sugar cookies and gifts. It has everything a Hallmark Christmas film needs, with the added benefit of not being that predictable. Start to finish, absolutely adored A Timeless Christmas.